And a lot of families are frustrated with this latest round of snow since their streets still haven't been cleared from the round before that happened last weekend. Logan Gay joins us live outside. And Logan, when should we expect that these Hoosiers expect to see DPW showing up on their street?
Well, Felicia, if you live on a side road like this one, possibly never. Around 5 years ago, Indy DPW changed their strategy, and their current strategy says that they will only plow connector streets. So that means neighborhoods like this one may never see a city plow. And this has some city county council members frustrated.
I'm like looking at them like, when did we come up with this?
Indy DPW's current plow strategy is catching some city council members by surprise. Back in 2020, Indy DPW said the city switched from its 6-inch rule to a connector street strategy. So instead of using contractors to help plow side roads after a significant snowfall, DPW crews will now only plow connector streets. Democratic councilor Jared Evans, who represents District 17, says he was never made aware of the change.
This is just not acceptable that people pay their taxes and this is the result, right? We're a world-class city and this is what we're giving our people who live here.
DPW tells us the previous 6-inch rule was rarely met, and this new policy allows them to address more roadways during every snow event, like the connector roads, which represents 300 plus miles of road in denser residential areas. But looking at the current state of the roads, new council minority leader Michael Paul Hart says this should be reconsidered.
I think that's the biggest frustration is that, we have a responsibility as a city to provide basic levels of services, and it looks like this time we failed.
Evans says he believes this is another issue arising from the state's road funding formula.
All of that comes back to the inequity of the road formula set by the state and how they take our taxpayer dollars and spend it in other parts of the state. And then our taxpayers are suffering.
Both councilors believe this is an important conversation to have. Councilor Hart says his caucus is reaching out to city officials to figure out potential changes to policies or funding. In the meantime, Evans says residents are just going to have to figure it out on their own.
Our residential streets are absolutely packed, and if you don't have an HOA, you're left to dig out of this and just wait until we get a warm enough day where the sun comes down and melts it.
The chair of the council's Public Works Committee, Kristen Jones, addressed concerns from residents in the statement, saying in part, "We understand the frustrations of our constituents during these times. Through annual budget approvals and funding allocations, the council ensures that DPW is well equipped to respond promptly and effectively."
Indy DPW says they can still call in contractors for help if warranted, but they said the most recent snowstorms haven't warranted that extra help because of the high possibility of ice, specifically black ice. Felicia?